Good morning and welcome to today's daily briefing. Today is Wednesday, the 12th of April, 2023, and the unit for today is Unit 9, where we talk about pulse oximetry.
Welcome to Unit 9 Pulse Oximetry. I'm Miss C.
Okay. Pulse oximetry and pulse oximeters, as you know, is a device used for monitoring the oxygen levels or oxygen saturation in the blood. And particularly during the time of the COVID pandemic, it was important for patients who had the COVID-19 to be constantly monitored because most of them had breathing issues, which limited the amount of oxygen saturation in their blood. So they needed to be checked regularly for percentage of oxygen circulating in the blood um, to make sure that there's adequate oxygenation and there's adequate amounts of oxygen in their blood. So pulse oximeter was one of the devices that was used to care for COVID patients, whether they are in the hospital or whether they're at home. It was necessary to make sure that there's adequate supply of oxygen. And if the oxygen levels are not enough, that's when you put those patients on a ventilator to improve the oxygen saturation or access to oxygen. Because some of them could not breathe, the lungs had collapsed, so they needed to be put on ventilators to help them to breathe or to allow, the movement of the inhalation and exhalation so that constant flow of oxygen through the blood and through the brain and through the vital organs can continue unhindered. Otherwise, the patients would die. So pulse oximeter was a very, very important device used for caring for COVID patients in those days, apart from the ventilator. Now there are different types and models of pulse oximeters. Most of them are standalone. Some are even in your wearable devices like your wristwatches and all that. And some, you just put them in the finger, like you have the finger probe, and there are other probes you put not just in the finger, but in the toes as well, especially for babies and infants. So you have standalone devices, and you also have devices that are part of a module in a patient monitor, right? So Unit 9 is going to cover all of those, everything you need to know, most of what you need to know about pulse oximeter and pulse oximetry, why it is measured, where the measurements are done, and how the measurements are done, and the different devices that are used in pulse oximetry for measuring oxygen saturation. So what you have in Unit 9 is mostly the theory content. There is no separate practical for pulse oximetry because, like I said earlier, pulse oximetry is part of a module in patient monitoring. So the practical for pulse oximetry, just like with your invasive and non-invasive blood pressure measurements, would form part of the practical for patient monitors because patient monitors covers a lot of stuff. And so we've bundled all of that into the practicals for patient monitors. So there's no separate practicals for pulse oximeters, but that forms part of the module in patient monitoring. So the practicals will go into the practicals when you do patient monitoring later on. Also, there is no activity for this module. So if we go to the Unit 9, you will see there's no assignments, there's no separate activities, so it's just a theory content, which means a lighter workload for you guys. And that gives you time to go through the content properly and also have time for catching up with some of the other contents and assignments that you are yet to complete. Yes, Jason.
Hi, sir. Sorry, I just
Yes.
want to make sure we've got two outstanding assignments at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. So there's the one for mural, which was yesterday's content. And have you submitted the group assignment already?
No, I'm going to be doing that today.
Okay. Okay. You have at least until tomorrow or the day after
Yeah, I think
to
it's tomorrow.
submit. So let's quickly go over again to see what assignments have been done and which ones are yet to be done. In Unit 1, Ethics, you have an assignment, which most of you have done. And Unit 2, Safety and Hazard Management, there's an assignment there, which most of you have done. For Unit 3, there is no assignment. That assignment is bundled together with the one for Unit 4. So there's an activity for Unit 4. Unit 5, there isn't any. There's assignment for Unit 6. Actually, 3 of them for Unit 6. Unit 7 ECG, there is no activity or assignment. And for Unit 8, that's where you do activity 8.1, which you do on mural. And when you go to mural, it will ask you to request permission or to be given access. So once I receive your request, I grant access. I've already given access to Jacques. So when you come on Jason or anyone else, a request for access, I will get a message, then I'll grant access, and then I'll also respond on WhatsApp to say, now you have access. Then you can go back to that activity, click on the link again, and it should take you straight to Mural, where you'll be able to paste your sticky notes with the answer regarding blood pressure measurement. And for Unit 9, there's no activity, there's no separate practical. That's all bundled into the practical for patient monitoring, like I explained earlier on. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so Jacques, how are you doing? Are there any questions from your side? It looks like Jacques cannot hear me, but this is being recorded for those who are not able to attend. And I will, as usual, upload the recording and post the link on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so if there are no other questions, that should be all for the daily briefing for today. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the next daily briefing. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir. Same to
Bye.
you. Bye.